Welcome everybody to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is going to be one of those important topics, and it's just depressing right now that uh, we have black folks signing petitions to get black YouTubers off of YouTube, off of Instagram, off of social media. So, what we're going to do talk about these petitions and why I think that they're all stupid and why again it's not going to go anywhere because they are not doing the one thing that they need to be doing. Now, no intro music. I want to just go over this right quick. I'm not going to be here too long. So, as of right now, there are 3 petitions on change.org, and I'll probably put them in the description. Of course, if you on this section of Black YouTube, you know about the petition against Kevin Samuels started by the Goldie Jones Channel. She started this one months ago, I think like 2 months ago, and it has now gotten over 8,000 signatures. So I'll go over it real quick and just to read it right quick and discuss it a little bit. I want to get to the other ones, but I wanted to discuss this one. So, okay, so looking at it is to remove Kevin Samuels from YouTube and Instagram. So, as of right now, there are 8,027 people have signed it. That's a big change from yesterday. I think it was like 1,300. So, it was started 2 months ago, and it's really gained some traction considering. So, especially the past few days. But so let me read it and let's discuss it again. With the rise in violence against women, specifically African American women, YouTuber Kevin Samuels has galvanized a community of men of all races and nationalities in the outspoken hatred of women. Removing this voice of this divisive vitriol will allow women to feel safer not only in public spaces but in online communities as well. Freedom of speech is a constitutional right for each of us. However, when that speech is loaded with thoughts and threats of violence towards women, manipulation of young men, women, and even fantasies of death to women, that freedom of speech becomes a prison for all people whose thoughts and desires are intended to isolate. Acts of violence, sexually predatory behavior, and even death has been documented as stemming from the rhetoric Mr. Samuels and his community of followers has spewed in just the last 12 months alone. Women feel unsafe in the presence of men who identify with this ideology and have been berated while going about their daily lives. Yes, even at work, with criticisms that have been spoken directly from Mr. Samuel's mouth. The very words that were spoken on social media platforms have permeated every facet of daily life for unsuspecting women. Removing this leader of hatred against women will bring reprieve for all of us. And like I said, she started this petition 2 months ago. And as of right now, they have 8,027 signatures. And it's not just women, it's men too. And let's see. Let me look at some of the reasons for them signing it. Let's see. He should be removed for his degrading comments and treatment of women. YouTube should not be condoning his type of nonsense. It should not be condoning his types of nonsense. They condone a lot of shit. Right? Let's be real. This man is abusive to women. Okay, what way? Calling them fat and they need to lose weight and they might die alone. Eh, let's see. Have you realized that white men, Asian men, and Latino men who talk about their counterparts this way are deleted and removed from social media? Not from what I've seen. They do this to protect their women and their community. People don't care to protect black women or the black community, which is why he doesn't get blocked for saying what he says. Well, that's partially true. Yeah, most of them don't care about the black community. Your that is your responsibility to care about the black community. And I'm just going to say this again: getting rid of Kevin Samuels is not going to change that because your environment is toxic to both men and women, and it's creating these people that get on social media and spew all this hatred. Let's see. And no, they don't get removed or blocked. They don't get deleted or removed unless they do something. Just saying shit about white women, they don't get them white men blocked or deleted. They don't. Unless it's acts of violence, which Kevin Samuels has not said anything about acts of violence. Let's see, Gina Lynn. He's completely dangerous. He's trying to normalize abuse and cheating. His recent live, he doesn't care about black women at all. He literally let a Colombian chick talk trash black women on his live yesterday, and said Becky was better in bed and how white men was better than black was white men was better than black women. All his minions celebrated that and agreed it to the comments, and live stream comments were even worse. I'm tired of hatred, specifically black women. And yet y'all didn't check Cardi B when she was saying shit about black women. I didn't see no petition for her, but I know. Let's see what it is. Kevin Samuels is very toxic. He perpetuates misogyny in the black community. He's a fraud. And he claims that black women don't suffer from domestic violence. He is not the voice of our community. And no, and he shouldn't be. But this is the fault of the black community at letting this dude be a voice for the black community. By even listening to this dude, by even having this petition, is why you're giving him more credibility. Because y'all keep giving this dude attention that he don't need. But anyway, I'm not gonna read all these. There's probably a ton of them. Again, as I said before on my last live, this petition is stupid. One, it's a bunch of lies, really, because he did not promote violence against women. What he promoted is domestic discipline, which he said between consenting adults is no different than BDSM. That is consenting adults. So that's sexual predatory. If you're talking about going, manipulation of young women. Okay. Well, y'all been talking about manipulating men in their pocketbooks, so what's the difference? And fantasies of death to women. Now, that man had never said anything about death to women. I think the only thing he said you're gonna die alone. And and the only reason why he did say that was because of her dating choices. That's no more than I've heard on YouTube. I've heard women tell dudes you're gonna die alone. You can't get no woman. You're gonna be by yourself, or you gay or something like that. I've heard that from women. So I don't know why y'all tripping. Black men say y'all gonna listen? Like you give a fuck? And that freedom was, and the other thing she said, the freedom of speech becomes a prison for all those thoughts and desires are intended to isolate. How? How what a male is saying on YouTube that you don't even know from a can of paint is going to imprison you as a person? What kind of retard? You got to be some kind of fucking retard. I'm sorry, let me not say retard. You got to be some kind of idiot to let someone that you don't know go and imprison your life. If you that weak that you let someone that you don't know from a can of paint, some dude you don't know, make your life a prison because of what he said, you are weak and pathetic. You need to get the fuck off of social media. Period. In the discussion. But I'm gonna get off of that one for a bit. There's another, and then there are two more petitions. There probably might be more later on, because I think this petition war has begun. If you look at the banner, it said the petition war between black YouTubers has begun. So we're gonna go and look at this other petition. Go look it back up. Now, so Kevin Samuel fans, the Kevin Samuel fans, the defenders, these people are just like the beehive for Beyonce. I mean, they are fighting tooth and nail. So now there's a petition against Goldie Jones. Let's read that one. Okay. Now, remove the Goldie Jones channel from all social media platforms. Now, as of right now, they have 2,251, just at 52. 2,000, dang, it's going up. So it's right at 2,261 people have signed this petition. Now, this was started by Byron Matthews. The Goldie Jones Channel is a channel degrading black men for standing up and knowing garbage from black women. This dude cannot write. This dog, yeah, that oh Lord. Oh yeah, people gonna take this one seriously. This dog wants to drag black men for wanting more and having the options. She is promoting pure hate against black men and black boys. She must hate her own father. She has daddy issues. He must not have been there for her growing up. If she continues her rants, her hate issues, nothing good will come of it. Okay, this one was started 3 days ago and has since this started 3 days ago. So that's pretty impressive, with all things considered. Considering she had her 2 months, and now it's gotten to over 8,000. He just had these in 3 days, and it's now at 2,261. So that's not too bad. All things considered, I wish these dudes learn how to learn English. So if you're going to, I don't know if this dude was drunk. I don't know if this dude was just in his fifis. If you're going to do a petition, at least make it. Uh, you didn't have to be insulting the woman, and and write it with some English. You're not helping. I don't know who wrote this. I think it's a black guy. Could be a white guy for all I know. Who knows? But it's not. The person don't know how to write. They don't know English, and you keep saying she hates her own father. At least if with the Goldie Jones, she didn't put like personal attacks towards Kevin Samuels. She was talking about the stuff that he said. Now she put her own spin on it. I think she's lying about some of the shit, but she put her own spin on it. But at least she didn't go after him personally. Unfortunately, like this guy. So it just seemed like it's. It just seemed like this dude was just. It was a reaction to her petition, and so they petitioning against her. But hell, 2,261 have signed. I mean, that's not too bad, all things considered. But let's see. Let's see. If she continues her rants, her hate issues, nothing good will come of it. I'm like, bro, why? Just why? We should see the why they signed the damn thing. They didn't show that part. But, but anyway, that's the petition for to get the Goldie Jones channel removed from social media. Now, I haven't looked at her channel, so I don't know exactly what she. I know BMT went over a channel, and it's mainly like dating and relationships. Nothing that I saw that is like shitting on black men specifically. Not that I saw, but I have again. I'm going by what it was shown on BMT panel the other day. So I don't know. I it's still stupid. It's really stupid and it's childish because again, it they fighting so hard for this dude, but yet they're not fighting the environment that creates these type of women. If she's one of them, you're not fighting the environment. You're not fighting the child support system. You're not fighting uh for economic freedom, for financial freedom, for the ability to have financial freedom. You're not fighting that. No, we got a petition against this chick because she wrote a petition over Kevin Samuels, which that petition is stupid anyway. So this one is even doubly stupid. But I digress. It's still stupid. I'm gonna use stupid a lot because it's stupid. So I'm gonna look at one more, and this one is against Cynthia G. So okay, we're gonna find that one. Let's see. So now they have petition against Cynthia G. Now, as of right now, there's only 15 people have signed this. And when was this one started? This one was started a day ago. Few reasons for signing. There's only one person has signed. Anyway, so let's go back. Okay, let's see what this was written. So it looked like this one. It looked like they copied what Goldie Jones wrote in her thing and put it against her. So this one was started by Dr. No, You Just Didn't. uh, oh Lord, let me read this pile of garbage. Okay, with the rise of violence against men, specifically African American men, YouTuber Cynthia G has galvanized a community of women of all races and nationalities in an outspoken hatred of black males. Wow, just copy the shit from her. Freedom of speech is a constitutional right for each of us. However, when that speech is loaded with thoughts of threats of violence towards black men, manipulation of young men, and the fantasies of death to black men, that freedom of speech has become a prison for all people, those thoughts, and desires of identity and isolate acts of violence, sexual predatory behavior, even death has been documented and stemming from rhetoric Cynthia G and her community followers have spewed in the last 4 years alone. Men feel unsafe in the presence of women who identify with her ideology and have been berated while going about their daily lives. Yes, either while at work, with criticism that have been spoken directly from Cynthia G mouth. The very words that have been spoken on social media platforms permeate every facet of daily life of men. Removing this leader of hatred against black men will bring reprieve for all. I know this gotta be a joke. I'm like, who would write this? Oh my god, this is just uh it's like literally he copied the stuff from Goldie Jones petition and used it against her. Look at this. Spoken against black males. I guess you can. Uh, with violence against towards black men. When has she said violence against black men? I never heard her say anything like that. Manipulation of young men and any fantasies of death to black men. Okay, where has Cynthia G ever said anything like that? I would have heard about that one because, well, one, I don't follow Cynthia G, so I think I listened to one of her live streams yesterday for shits and giggles, and on that live stream they were talking about people, black women arguing with each other over some dumb shit about religion. So it's like it's stupid. Let's see, acts of violence, sexual predatory behavior. Like, I mean, I'm like, let me get this straight. If you're going to take the time to do this and if you're trying to be serious about it, could you at least put in the stuff that she actually said instead of just making up, copying and pasting uh Goldie Jones petition and putting in your own shit, putting in this? It's ridiculous. I like what what's wrong with people? Men feel unsafe in the presence of women that identify with the ideology. Now, yeah, crazy women. Yeah, I feel unsafe with crazy women around. I will give you that. But come on. have been have been even berated by going about their daily lives. Yeah, but it's not because of Cynthia G. Now, some of that shit she say have been in social media. I will give you that. But that was before she even came on the platform. Ah, all right. This petition war is dumb. It's really stupid. I mean, who's next? Who we gonna get? Nyla says, Taz, BMT, Mr. Research, uh, who? Max from the Ebony Star Network. Oh, we're gonna petition him. Jay Shine, Prophet of Thought, MOT. I'm surprised they ain't got a petition for MOT yet. I mean, Obsidian, Minister Jap, um, Kristen Carrison, that other Chrissy. Is it just me podcast? Anna from that podcast. Uh, Bomb Cherry, Verbal Assassin. Who's next on the petition line? Who's next? Who next are we going to petition to get off of YouTube and social media? Who else are we going to petition? That's what I'd like to know. Maybe they might put a petition on me. I hope you do. I need the attention. I want my subscriber count to go up. So please petition me. Who else are we going to petition? What, DJ Kuda? Game Changer? Mr. Fantastic? Grown Man Business? Dr. BOA? O'Shea Duke Jackson? Who? Angry Man? Crimson Cure? There's probably other women I don't know, but who else? Who else are we going to petition? Because I'll be honest with you, a whole bunch of people should be petitioned. Now, as far as that, I mean, hell, let's look at a year, almost 2 years ago. Game Changer was accused of rape by two women. I ain't seen nobody petitioning him. Nyla and Taz been known to dox everybody. I ain't seen no petition to get them off of YouTube. The Grandmaster Troll be doxing people. I ain't seen nobody trying to get him off. There was a woman on YouTube talking about aborting black male babies. Nobody petitioned that fraud. I think she's still on YouTube. And like Big JX was saying, there are dudes who actually committed domestic violence against women on YouTube. I that not on YouTube, but outside of YouTube have been convicted of it. Nobody's petitioning them. But we're going to petition Kevin Samuels. You're going to petition the Goldie Jones Channel. You're going to petition Cynthia G. Hell, if you want somebody who's been really going after black men, why don't you petition Paris Milan? I mean, The possibility. Matter of fact, let me check it and see if there is a petition against Paris Malone. I'd like to know. Let's see. Petition against Paris Malone. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Okay. No, she's. Wait a second. She petitioned. Oh, she started a petition. And a militant black woman opposes and do not support abolishing the police or closing prisons as we need good protecting uh, our children and ourselves. To either a biracial man who resembles a black man, as they state they are the most affected by police system and should be the face of by these said entities. Uh, uh, and this was started 2 months ago. For your causes, black women are not to be used any other way. Remove this image of me. I'm not sure first place, but if they assisted using one of his mother or his girlfriend. Because he used a a depicted a black woman, a dark skinned black woman. That's what they petitioning. See, this is kind of stupid shit that people are petitioning. I'm sure Colin Kaepernick was named thinking about that. It he's looking at who was the image of these protests against police brutality. It was black women. At least that's how it was portrayed in the media. I found it kind of disturbing, but that's what they did. So he just went with it. Wait a minute, and so I don't know. His whole petition thing is just retarded. And the fact that 50,000 people, where is it at? 40,000, almost 40,500 people have signed this petition. Now, do anybody think that this is going to happen? Considering that the book is out of his book, people are going to even do anything? Yeah. So this is what you get for putting black women, showing them they're fighting for black people. Now they mad because they are the face of protests. When just a year ago they were celebrating the fact that they are the protesting and throwing it in black men's faces that they are the face of protests and fighting for against police brutality. Now all of a sudden they don't want to be the face of that anymore. They call it misogynistic and colorism. That's hilarious. That's very hilarious. So you're going to take all that work that you did, that protesting, being the face of it, when black men were saying, yeah, you should probably shouldn't be the face of that. And there were black men fighting, but they're putting you as the face of it. You told the black men to fuck off. Now all of a sudden you wanna protest that now? The fuck out of here. That shit is hypocritical as fuck. I didn't see none of y'all protesting that when it was happening. I think it was Time Magazine, one of those magazines, put black women as the face of protesting, even though there were black men that were protesting. Like legit, black men were protesting. I know because one YouTuber, D. Darrell, he said he went there. He saw black men protesting. But black women were like, nah, we're the face. The black men ain't going out there protesting. Now all of a sudden, now you have a fucking problem with it? If that ain't hypocritical as fuck, I don't know what the fuck is. But I was trying to see if there was a petition for her, but she the one started a petition. But yeah, it's let's see. Eh, God damn it. Okay. Mm-mm. Yeah, I was just reading the comments there, but this is this is what I'm saying. So they were all okay. Now all of a sudden, they were all okay with being the face of protesting, which I said at the time, I think black women shouldn't be protesting. I said that. No, you shouldn't be out there protesting. And I remember a black woman was saying to me, Well, why shouldn't I go out there? I said, because I don't think you should be running out there. No self-respecting black men want you to go out there and be protesting. Now, all of a sudden, but there were black women who still going out there. Yeah, that's all right. See, we're doing what the men want. Now, all of a sudden, oh, that's horrible. They're making us look masculine. They're making us look crazy. They making us the face of protesting. We got to stop that. We got to sign this petition. I'm like, so you were cool with it a year ago when it was cool and it made you look like you actually care about the black community. Now no one gives a fuck anymore. That thing is done. Now you want to whine and complain about it. Crazy. But I'm not really surprised. Black people as a whole don't give a fuck. When it suits them, they want to be these champions. But when it don't suit them, that's when they want to run. So it's not really a surprise. I'm not really shocked. I'm just like, this is hypocritical as fuck. So, back to these petitions of these YouTubers. The one for Kevin Samuels, Goldie Jones, and Cynthia G. They all fucking stupid. It's fucking retarded. A lot of them's full of lies. A lot of them full of people in their fifis making up shit. One basically copied one of them and put it on there for Cynthia G. It's so fucking embarrassing that these black people, instead of fighting the environment, actually fighting the environment that is creating the need for people like Kevin Samuels, Goldie Jones, and Cynthia G. You won't fix that, but you want to get these motherfuckers off of YouTube. Why? Why are you even paying attention to these motherfuckers? I have no fucking clue. Kevin Samuels wouldn't be where he is if black women would just ignored him like they did before this shit came up. When that black woman got, I can't even say roasted. When that black women should have been like, well, who is this jerk off? Who gives a fuck? No, they flocked like Voltron to this guy, and now that you got him at 1.06 million subscribers, which all with you flocking over there, the men flocked over there. So now that's where we at 1.06 million subscribers. Black woman, this is mostly on you. Because black men, not the Mansfield fanboys, we have already written this dude off. But y'all made him more popular. Just like the black Mansfield itself. Most people write them off. Well, they got 1,000 people. Compared to what? 20 million black men out here. You're paying attention to 1,000 at most. And you're saying they are the reason why these black men are acting a fool. No, the reason why these black men are acting a fool because they ain't got shit to do. They ain't got no purpose, no drive, or nothing. And some of your females take these motherfuckers in, feed them, clothe them, treat them like they're children, and then when they snap at them, then you want to say, well, what happened? Why they acting like this? It must be the internet. No, it's the environment that you perpetuate. This is the one that you keep contributing to. You keep dating dudes who ain't got shit. You rushing into relationships with people who ain't got shit. They ain't got nothing to lose, and they continue to have nothing to lose. And trying to make them into men. You can't make no man into a man. He has to either be it or he don't. You cannot build him up. That is not your job. You are a helpmate. You are not a builder. Let that man build himself. That's what you should be teaching your young women. But you don't do that. Instead, you teaching them to manipulate men. You teach these women, you don't need men. And that's why they run into Kevin Samuels. That's why this petition is full of bullshit. Because the environment that y'all live in, you don't try anything to correct. And I'm not even saying that you have to correct it. Well, I will say this. You know how you correct it? By getting with the men who are actually trying to fight the environment and change it and not attacking them on fucking YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter. Stop begging these people, come take care of this person talking bad about me on social media. Like black men got time to be dealing with people on social media. They ain't got time. Well, there are other races of men. They keep their men from talking about them. No, they don't. No, they don't. What you think the manosphere is? What you think they do to their own women? Are you serious? Do- Did, did I wake up one day and went to La La Land? They don't stop shit. They kind of tone it down, but they don't stop shit. I could go to that white man's side and they are talking the same shit about women, white women. Now I know the Asian men don't do it as much, but that's because they have a whole country over there, and they do it over there. But then again, they don't have time to focus on it because we provide so much entertainment with all dysfunction that they don't need to. They don't need to go after their women. No, 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 sis. Come look at these crazy black people. Look what they're doing. They protest. They doing uh petitions and shit. Like petitions help. And meanwhile, Kevin Samuels still at 1.06 million subscribers. He got the support of black men and black women. So this fucking petition don't mean shit in the grand scheme of things. It is impressive that you got 8,000 over 8,000 people to sign this, but in the grand scheme of things, to 1.06 million subscribers, and you have a lot of kind of big name social media people got supporting them, it's just like a drop in the bucket. And to these goofballs who now they sign a petition, you can't even write fucking English right. It's a fucking joke. and you're making us as black people that come on social media, come on YouTube, making us look bad time and time again. People are laughing at us, and it's embarrassing. And it's not just the men doing it; it's the women too. You making Y'all are making us look so bad that nobody wants to really be associated with. We're trying to be individual. We're trying to get the fuck away from y'all. And what's even funny, these same people are still running. They will still run to these toxic men and these toxic women. Be in their chat, argue with them, troll them, agree with them, try to convince them to come back to the goddamn black community. These are the same people that hang with the same type of people who spew hatred towards their own people. I and I bet you that Goldie Jones lady probably listened to some like a Cynthia G or Nyla says, and I remember I hear them spewing hatred towards black women, calling them pygmies just for loving a black man. Ain't that some shit? You shit on your own women. It's funny to that petition against Kevin Samuels because you shit on your own women. And you've been doing that shit. And these dudes going after her and Cynthia G, motherfuckers, you got dudes who supposedly black men keep going over to the channel trying to debate her. I bet you Goldie's probably getting some trolls right now. The whole thing is retarded. This petition war, I hope it don't gain too much traction because I don't want to have to read another one of these goddamn petitions where the people are just either they straight up lying, they can't write, or they just copying someone else. I don't want to read these shit no more. And I'm embarrassed. If I was change.org, I would be looking at this shit and be like, get this we need to get this shit off of our goddamn platform. But change.org is not gonna do that. I guess they just let it rock. As long as they don't talk about violence against people or some kind of I'm pretty sure they have their rules of what you can say as a petition. But man, those petitions, it's just sad. It's like these people are online. They can't write, or they just copy. So you copying a lie and putting it on yours and trying to make people. I'm like, this is just the most embarrassing shit I ever seen in my life. Well, it's not most embarrassing, but it's very embarrassing. And earlier today we had a discussion on BMT's panel about um, black people need the obsession with black leaders. Do we need black leaders? I say no, but at this point, maybe we need a black leader. Maybe we need a black leader. if anything, to get this fucking shit off of change.org. To get these motherfuckers off of social media doing this bullshit and telling you got one time. And if you don't get your shit together and stop with this petition bullshit, we're gonna make sure that you never be on social media again. Maybe we do need a leader like that. But that's not gonna happen. It's social media. It's just the way it is. And again, she's protesting the YouTube. They're protesting. They're basically signing a petition to go to YouTube and other social media platforms. They're not going to give a shit because at the end of the day, in the case of Kevin Samuels, he brings a lot of traction. He brings a lot of views, and which is in turn bringing a lot of money. So they're not going to give a shit. And since he hasn't specifically said anything that that woman put in her petition against Kevin Samuels, they're gonna look at that and be like, "Hell no, we ain't gonna do that. That's stupid." And the other two, nobody's gonna take that seriously. But it just shows that we as black people in this small sector of YouTube need some serious mental help. Seriously. Just serious mental health and a life. They need to go outside and look at the environment around them and be and see. Do you watch the news? Have you looked at the news lately? Have you looked at the violence against black people? The violence against black women and black children? The violence against black men? The unemployment rate? Black people are in bad shape. But instead of going outside and trying to help with that, you got time to sign a fucking petition, to create a petition against YouTubers? Wow, that's fucking embarrassing. But then I'm not surprised because most people want the easy way out and they're hypocritical as fuck. Most people want the easy way out, and the easy way out is to get rid of the people who shine a light on the problem instead of actually dealing with the problem. But it is what it is. This crop of black people, lazy, pathetic, scary, emotional, and would rather, instead of improve themselves, which in turn can improve the community, we rather lie on people, make up fucking petition for bullshit, but in the back of our mind, follow the same people we're petitioning against, standing with the people who do the same shit that you saying they're in the petition against, and Basically, just letting the environment stay where it is, where it's unsafe for everybody. That's that's the reality of this black sector of YouTube. Just a fucking embarrassment. You don't want to change the environment. You just want to wallow in it and complain. Well, guess what? I say go ahead and do it. Sign your fucking petitions. Embarrass yourselves even more. Because at the end of the day, we know the truth. Me as the individualist and people like me understand the one thing about this small sector of black YouTube. They don't want to change the environment. They don't want to do shit for themselves and the environment. They just looking for someone to blame. Well, you know what? I'm not blaming the white man. I'm not blaming the black man or the black woman. I'm blaming you. I'm blaming you, these groups who made these petitions. I'm blaming you for why black people ain't progressing because you won't get off your fucking ass and do something about the environment. You just want to wallow and fight with each other. You want to cry because someone said something, a dirty word to you, but you keep running over to the same person. You want to make petitions, but not actually do something in your community that can help these young boys and young girls, help these parents who are stressed out, maybe fighting with each other. You won't even do that. No, you just want to get online and whine and bitch and moan about well, this person said something bad about black women. This person said something bad about black men. Let's get rid of them. Then we'll be okay. No, you'll never be okay because you are lazy as fuck and you are worthless. And at the end of the day, if I had it my way, I would put a S on your head and say, this is a worthless piece of shit. Don't have anything to do with them. Don't have babies with them. Don't marry them. Don't even talk to them. They are worthless and they should be excommunicated from the community. I mean, communicated. Man, ex- they should be gotten rid of from the community forever. They are no good to anybody. And that is it. This is Brother Speak. I hope this petition war ends quickly. But until then, expose all these worthless, pathetic people on this black sector of YouTube for the lazy bums that they are. And they need to be kicked out of the black community for good. That's it. I'm out. Good night.